Hey Gemini, welcome to your December 2020 reading and welcome to Sagittarius season, aka your oppositional season. So, we have a lot of planets traveling through Sagittarius this month, which inevitably means that we have a lot of planets that are opposing you this month, which I think is a really good thing. It's a lot of opportunities for you to lean in to your oppositional energy. You know, the Earth will be moving through the Gemini constellation as the Sun moves through Sagittarius. So that is good. The Chariot in reverse is the first card out. Um, the Chariot in the reverse is yeah, while we are kind of experiencing a lot of your axis right now, things as far as it pertains to like the how the circumstances feel right now, as far as like what you're trying to cultivate and what you're trying to bring into the mix is it feels kind of backed up. The Chariot in reverse is feeling like there's no forward movement going. There's no um, like there's just a lot of stagnation. It feels like the Chariot has to do with your life path, has to do with like your greater purpose, and so right now you may be feeling a little upside down when it comes to that. Um, Page of Swords. You know, it's been a major theme for you guys the past couple of months, the whole rebirth process, the Fool. Um, and you guys have been slowly getting your bearings. And with the Page of Swords, this is really signifying that you are in a very new space of learning, of wanting to consume a lot of information, and Sagittarius season is really meant to help you in doing this. I think that's why the Chariot is kind of in reverse, because while you may want to run full speed ahead into into like the the dirty work, if that makes sense, like putting your nose to the grindstone or just doing anything that makes you feel like you are actively pushing the Chariot along. You may have the urge to do that, but in reality, um, Page of Swords, the Fool, there's a lot of new energy that is coming in for you that you really should be receptive to consuming. You know, on December 1st, Mercury enters Sagittarius. The 14th, we have a new moon in Sag, and then the 15th, Venus enters Sagittarius. So that right there, including the Sun, is already four really big placements in Sagittarius that are going on the first half of December, really. And so I think it's important that you take that time, the first half of the month, to focus less on trying to push the Chariot, push your fate, and instead pull back and sit in a space of neutrality as you kind of watch um, as you watch your life build here in the material realm. You will make forward movement. You are making forward movement. Um, it just doesn't feel like it. Like in your head, in your mind, you feel like you could be doing something more, or you want to be doing something more. And right now, the high priestess, what you're meant to be doing is really, again, like I said, allowing yourself to sit back and consume all of this information and digest it and decipher it and sit in a place of non-reactivity. You know what I mean? You're just kind of taking it all in. You're not getting overwhelmed or stressed out um, about all of what it is that you should be doing or what you think you should be doing. You know, Sagittarius is this season is all about like shooting that arrow into the next 6 months. Like 6 months from now, we're going to be in your season. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? You know what I mean? We talked last month about being like reborn and born again and kind of being in this stage of infancy. And right now, as you're moving through that and maturing, quote unquote, um, Sag season is a tool here for you to kind of decide and commit to this greater leveling up that's going to be happening over the next 6 months for you. So the Fool card is signifying that that journey is underfoot. That by the time we get to your season, there's going to be a lot of major full circle moments that you will be experiencing that have to do with new places that you've reached, new places that you've reached out of this transformation. And so to start that off, it's really important that you sit still and listen during Sag season. It is mutable fire. You will have the opportunity to lean into that flightiness, right? But when it comes to your internal realm and your purpose and your life path, it's really important to be still and to just listen and tune in to all these energies that are happening in Sagittarius, because they will show you and help prepare you and guide you through that firing of the bow and arrow into that next realm. This season is here to assist you in sparking the fire that will have to burn for the next 6 months for you. And so another card that came out, King of Swords. There is this is like the Page of Swords turning to the King of Swords. Once you exit Sag season, you will have, if you are tuning into the energies and what they're telling you and what they're guiding you to kind of do as this month passes, then you do find yourself in a higher regard by the time the end of the month comes around. You're able to take in what you've learned and apply it, which is the goal of Sag season. And that's what the purpose of the High Priestess really is to sit back and just consume. Let the Page of Swords, let yourself be taught by the season. You know what I mean? Let yourself gain that wisdom that Sagittarius energy naturally holds, which you guys love. I feel like it may be a little bit more difficult for you because the way that Sagittarius receives information is a little bit different than you. Fire is very visual. It's having to do with imagery. And so mutable fire, you're going to be consuming a lot of wisdom and information just from what it is that you are watching. Social interactions amongst other people, how you're interacting with your friends and family. Just through many different mediums, you're going to be receiving this information. It's not going to be necessarily you sitting down and reading a book. in getting this info. It's like moving around live time knowledge that you're consuming. And so, um, yeah, that's why it may be a little difficult for you, because it feels different. It doesn't feel like how you're used to consuming information or how you prefer to intake information. So, yeah, that's the only part where I feel like you might get tripped up, where you might find it hard or more difficult to stay in the high priestess space. Okay, we talked about the King of Swords. King of Pentacles just came out as well. So you are finding yourself in a more secure space as December comes to a close. There is a level of there's a level of security that you're able to reach within yourself by the time the end of December rolls around, which is really nice, because while Queen of Pentacles, yeah, while the month kind of starts out very rocky and not very stable, right? It starts off that way, but it ends with you in a very, very, very um, a very secure position. Because I feel like the knowledge that you're going to gain over the course of Sag season is knowledge and wisdom that's applicable. It's information that you get that clicks in your brain that you can implement right away, that you can apply and see how it plays out within your life. It's almost like once you see something, you can't unsee it. You know what I mean? King of Wands. Okay. The bottom row is King of Swords, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands. Gemini. You have a lot of people in your surroundings right now, too. The moon. These are all representative of different positions that you hold and the multiple positions that you hold within your life. And all the royal cards on the bottom are definitely signifying to you that the infancy that you've experienced the past couple of months isn't going to last much longer, and it was very beneficial and purposeful for you to it's just a natural cycle of life, you know what I mean? You had to go through that transition and that burn down, right? But now you are quickly, very quickly elevating again, and this time with lots of knowledge, lots of material support and backing, lots of security and stability, and also a attunement to your oppositional energy, which is going to be you having expanded your methods of consuming information. Not just you guys consume information whether you like it or not, but this is you expanding your palette and how you personally, when you have the choice of indulging how you consume information, you've added a new layer to that this month. It feels like you've definitely tapped into that Sagittarian energy that is already living within you as a Gemini. The moon. So, the moon is, like I said, with there being different people in your surroundings, this bottom row may be certain influences in your life that want to exert a lot of dominance over you in this new period of your life. And that's why it's very important to adopt the high priestess mentality, because while you are feeling not 100% rock solid or feeling 100% there when it comes to your purpose, and because you're in a very new vulnerable space of, you know, trying to decide, trying to figure out and navigate this very new space that you're in. While you're doing all of this, it may be you it may be easy for other people to think that they could take advantage of you in this vulnerable space, and that's where I really just say be careful. That's where the high priestess really comes in. The high priestess is a space that allows you to oh, how do I say it? It allows you to be as, I want to say the word, innocently in this space of like newness, right? It allows you to remain a place of innocence while also being protected. Because the high priestess is major arcana. The kings and queens are going to come up against this card, this energy, and not be able to really butt up against it. But that doesn't mean that you have to take on, like, let's say, the qualities of a more established authoritative role to hold that dominance. Does this make sense to you, Gemini? Like, the high priestess is kind of like a protection mechanism. It's something that is going to allow you to protect yourself from the outward influence of, some of these potential people that want to, you know, insert their dogma into your freshly, like, reprogrammed or rewiped, like, psyche. And the high priestess is going to prevent this. It's just a space of non-reactivity. If any of these figures come up to you, trying to influence you, the high priestess is kind of like curving them. Like, as like the words can come out, but there's a definite vibe that the high priestess pushes off that lets you know that, okay, I heard what you said, but, like, is that supposed to influence something, or that was just like some cool words that you just said? So yeah, that's like the kind of dual meaning with those king and queen cards. And with the moon, the moonlight draws out a lot of situations happening behind the scenes that may not be in your full eyesight yet. There may be certain things that come to light over the course of December, certain events, certain just surprise things that pop up on you that other people were actually heavily orchestrating and plotting on behind the scenes. So while you think it's just something that comes out of the blue, it's actually somebody that's been preying on you. And so that's what the moon card is about. It's just protect yourself. Just be aware that there are going to be things throughout the month, potentially, that make themselves present or known to you. And so to just be aware. I'm not saying be guarded or have an eyebrow raised at every single thing that happens this month, but if you get a funny feeling that something might just be too good to be true, or that something is being used in like a weaponized way, like a conversation, a meeting, I feel like it has to do with more an opportunity for some of these figures, either the king of swords, king of pentacles, queen of pentacles, king of wands. It would be a opportunity that one of those figures would use as a way to open that line up, you know what I mean, to initiate the plan. So yeah, just be discerning during this time. All right, Gemini. I think that's all I have for you this month. Very interesting reading. Very interesting reading. This this month is going to be a heavily intuitive one for you. You know, Mercury, Sagittarius. I'm sorry, not Mercury. Although, yeah, Mercury's going to be in Sag on December 1st. My Mercury is in Sag, so bear with me. But I meant to say Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign to take you on a journey to get you to understand. It's not just knowing something, it's understanding something. It's about seeing the greater philosophy behind something that's going on. And so a lot of your experience this month, Gemini, does feel very intuitive. It does feel very much just like you having to be in the right space with yourself, which is the high priestess, to just channel the energy that Sagittarius is going to be pouring into you. Um, Sit with that energy, and it will inevitably show you how to navigate moving forward. Um, the the royal cards that line the bottom row for your reading. This is you at the end of the month occupying these different, more leveled up positions within yourself when it comes to your knowledge, your intellect, when it comes to your security and your material like material possessions and your material security. Yeah, security is the word that I want to say. And the King of Wands is your imagination, your ability to bring an idea from the abstract into the forefront. So it is you, and it is a testament to the position that you will be in once you let this Sagittarian energy work through you. And then the other part of that meaning for you guys is it may be certain individuals that show up in your life this month that try to that I don't want to say try to sway you, but I feel like these individuals that show up in your life are ways of the universe testing your resilience in um, in staying in this new space. You know, because that infancy, that renewed feeling that you guys have, it might make you uncomfortable, and that's the point. The point is for you to kind of live with it and build the person that you want to become. The purpose isn't to be reborn and then have one of these influences come in and then like, you know, give you like a foundation to build your new personality off of, if that makes sense. Because these people are higher in status, and so they are people that might have advice that you may deem attractive. So this really is a test from the universe to stick to your guns and really stick to your path of transformation. Don't really look at what's going on in other people's yards this month, Gemini. This month is all about you following your own path and letting the Sagittarian energy in the sky right now prepare you and assist you in pulling back that arrow and kind of marking the place for where you will be 6 months from now. Okay? All right, Gemini, I love you so much. Enjoy Sag season. I'll see you in January.